What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Story time. All right, so this story is a crazy story because I got falsely accused of being a deadbeat dad. Moi? Never. But it happened. So somebody I know, I can't say their name, children went to school with my little brothers. I have younger brothers that my father had with his new wife. Mind you, him and my mom have been split up for years. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really know their schedule and what they do and how they do whatever they do. You know, their mom's not really that entangled in our lives, and she didn't really bring them in our lives like that. We were all adults, me and my brother, me and my siblings under my father. We all had the same dad. You know, we weren't really entangled with what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So my brothers are wrestling, and they're very good, by the way. They can wrestle their butts off. They can get busy. So this lady who used to see me out sometimes, you know, friends of the family per se, used to always say, "What's up? Hey, how you doing, Vince? How you doing? Hey, how's it going? How are things with kids and all that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good." She didn't know my kids. And so I have a little boy at the time and a little daughter at the time. And she used to go take her kids to these events, these wrestling tournaments. And my little brothers used to be like the shining light in these tournaments. They'd be putting everybody wrestling, putting people out. And so one time she pings me up on Facebook like, "Hey, you know, maybe you should come by and support your children. You should support these kids." I'm like, you know, it won't hurt you to come by and show some support. I'm like, I don't even know who you're talking about. And I didn't respond. Another week goes by, I get another response. You know, they're really doing good. You know, I thought you were a different type of person. You should be there for these kids. I don't know why you're being that way. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. So I still ignored her. Another time comes around. Now I'm getting all caps and exclamation points, and she's screaming and throwing a fit. I thought you were a real one, and blah 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 blah, and you're not in you're a deadbeat, and this is that. I mean, a paragraph. I'm like, I'm a deadbeat. Who are you talking about? I was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. Gotta fill me in on what you're talking about. Your kids are here, and they're doing their best, and they're trying, and they're out there trying to achieve things, and you're not there for them. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I still didn't know because I figured she already knew that I had two little kids. I ain't know. So I'm a junior. My dad's a senior, but we got the same name. And she didn't know at the time. My dad was going through his own situation. You know, for all I know, and it escalated even more. I seen her out one time. I go to the bar. She sees me at the bar. Her and her friends. So she already done spread the germ. Oh, him, deadbeat dad of the year, like talking smack about me. And I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? You know, hey, how's it going? Blah blah." And everybody's just like looking at me like I'm a piece of crap, not knowing that the kids she was talking about were not my kids. So this woman falsely accused me and spread the rumor that I was not there for my children when that wasn't even the case. So what I eventually did was explain to her in full detail, you keep sending me these messages about these children that are not my kids. I'm a junior. I was like, my dad had kids with other women, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. I said, I don't even know them that well. I do know them now. You know, I got acquainted with them during the years, but at that time, their mom didn't have those boys in my life. So you're accusing me of doing something or being something, and I don't even know what you're talking about. My kids are right here playing with Legos. What are you talking about? And she was like, "Oh my goodness, such a big misunderstanding." But she already done spread the rumor that I'm some deadbeat and these kids ain't even mine. I'm like, dang, brother can't win for losing. It's like, what you know, so what I'm saying to all y'all out there is mind your business. If you don't know somebody's story or know the whole story, don't speak on something you don't know about. Don't assume that somebody's something when you know nothing about them. You know, to this day, there might be 4 or 5 of her girlfriends that'll see me and think that I'm still that dude when I'm not. I never been. You know what I'm saying? So for clarification purposes, that's why I'm making this video. I ain't saying nobody's name, but you know who you are. You're telling people around town that these were my kids, and I ain't got no kid with nobody but my two. That's it. So I'm gonna let y'all dwell on that. I holler at you.